Be
This
shared.
conference will now be recorded.
So someone is not get your point actually, so they also know about your background and everything. Okay, so if you don't have a problem, then you can start about yourself.
So my background once again.
Yep, yep, yes, absolutely correct.
I just graduated with my bachelor's degree in biology,
Okay,
and I'm looking to get into data science right now. I already
okay,
have a certificate in Python, and I'm just hoping to get
okay,
more, like learn more about data science.
okay. Pretty cool, pretty cool. So I think so. Most of the people here they are looking to change their career towards into the data science. And don't worry. So I just want to talk about myself. I'm Anjan Kumar. So I do have almost 8+ years of experience in the field of machine learning and deep learning and NLP. And so I have to use different programming languages like Python or and I used SPSS for to do some kind of statistical analysis and the stuff. And so next thing is that I was strong in statistics as a data scientist. The people who are having the strong knowledge in statistics and probability, then only they will easily understood the data and they can easily analyze the data. Okay, and statistics or probabilities are mandatory for everyone to become like a data scientist. And Python or SPSS are the tools. It will help you to do some kind of statistical analysis. Okay, and if you want to build some kind of machine learning algorithms or to build different kind of ML models, then we can use the ML or DL or NLP to build the different kind of models based upon your data. Okay, so this is for model building technologies or machine learning and deep learning. And NLP most of the time we are going to using when we are through some kind of test analytics and that part. Okay, and other than this one, so SQL is a very pretty much important for the data science people. And so little bit of knowledge or experience is required. Okay, and Power BI or Tableau, those are the business intelligence tools. Okay, and this is a basic level is enough. And even SQL also it's a basic or intermediate level is required actually. Okay, and but when it comes to this kind of stuff is required advanced level of things actually. Okay, so when you have a basic level of stuff on this particular area, then you can easily become like a data scientist. Is it clear my point? And even my experience and my skill set also look will be similar to this kind of stuff, so that I was explained here. Okay, is there any questions?
Oh,
Nope.
No, right? So now fine, so I would like to tell you one thing. So you guys are looking to change your career towards into the data science. Even Akhilesh, you should not know, but in future you also looking to change your career towards into data science, right? But you might be thinking what exactly the data science and what is the importance of it. Can anyone can be share it? Rajesh, I think so. You have some work experience, right? Can you please tell me what exactly the data science and is it where we are going to be using the data science?
so coming from my work experience, so
Yeah.
there are like two different types of there are data scientists and data engineers. Data engineers prepare the data and hand it over to data scientists.
Okay.
So let's say we are a retail company. We do provide recommendations for our parent company. What data science in a typical day to day does is like understand the data engineers give them,
Okay.
and provide some analysis, like do some analysis like what happens if this particular product is out of sale or is out of stock, or like what happens, how much is the profit margin if they add a sale, what happens if a particular CPG is running a campaign or for a particular product.
Okay.
That is where I think data scientists come in, like they do some analysis on existing data
Okay.
to provide business insights to the company and then offer some recommendations.
Okay, but that's a thing which is related to business intelligence, I think so. Okay, but the data science is a similar to that one only. What exactly you said, that's absolutely correct. But it's a 80% of answer is correct. Okay, see, the data science people, what exactly they will do? They have some data, so the data it might be coming from different sources, and the data engineers part they have to make it the data in a proper format, right? So that will be done by the data engineers. Okay, so this is the data. So they have to go for do some kind of analysis, and after you did some kind of analysis, and so based upon this particular data, after you did some kind of analysis, and you are going to be doing some kind of future prediction. Simply I would like to tell you, so in stuff, so future prediction actually. So for example, I can tell you some example. uh, you would like to invest some amount in one particular company, okay, for stocks, right? So at what basis you are going to be investing it? Achilles, can you please share me that information? For example, just imagine, okay, you have some amount and you want to invest that particular amount in one specific company. So is it, are you going for invest in any one of this company, or else you did some kind of research, right? Based upon that research, you're going to be invest into this particular company, right? At what basis you are doing it?
It looks across the older data, like older, it may be 5 years chart of like saying like how a particular index is performing, and what would be the next prediction, like are there any advancement, or like we can say
Okay.
like every October there is a jump in something, and then you just go for it. Okay,
Absolutely. For example,
next.
just yeah. So for example, the company which is started in the year of 2011. Okay, let me consider here. Okay, so there the profit will be like, so the profit, for example, it's 10 crores initially. Okay, or no, so 20 crores or 30 crores for let me consider here. Okay, in 2020 it was 5 crores actually. The gross rate will be, so the net income is 5 crores. Okay, in 2012. Okay, the gross, I mean the net income, it was increased to 10 crores. Okay, and in 2015, let me consider the gross rate will be in a net income, for example, it's 100 crores. Okay, so in a 2022 it was, so for example 500 crores. Okay, see here, for example, at the beginning day, it's a 2020, 2011. For example, the stock value, it was, 1 share value, so for example, 5,000 rupees, let me consider, or else $10. Okay, $10. Okay, the 1 share value. So now it was, no, 5 crores to 500 crores, right? What is the gross? How it was, so here, what is the change here? So when initial days you are invested at just 100 crores, so this is 1 share value. Okay, so here it is increased your share value, it's 100 times, right? So for example, here you were invested just $10, but in 2022, the gross, I mean, your share value, it was increased to 1,000. Is it correct? 1,000 or yes, it's 1,000 only. So initially, at the beginning time, okay, when the company starting time, it was a $10, right? But now it was $1,000. Your share value is $1,000. Okay. See, you are going to be predicting. So now you don't know, because of initial days in 2000, might you don't have any amount, and you don't know that company rule. I mean, you don't know what exactly the principles of that particular company. Now you know it. It's a 5,000 worth of that particular company, right? Now you are going to take the decision, I would like to invest into that specific company. Now the one share value is $1,000. Okay, now you are going to be predicting in 2020, in 2030, let me go, in 2030, maybe this particular company net income is maybe 5,000 crores. Okay, that time your value, it was no 10,000, right? 10,000 or 1 lakh? It's $1 lakh. Okay, so this is the way. So you're going to be predicting that particular company, okay, profit in the next 10 years. So you are doing some kind of predictions about future, not now. So you have some information from the past. Okay, and till now what you are doing, which was analysis, and it was your recommendations. You're going to doing some kind of recommendation, but you're not predicting exact value. Okay, so based upon this last 11 years of experience, or 11 years of data, okay, this 11 years of data, so you are going to be recommending in future, it can be increased, you're giving some kind of recommendation. That is intelligence, business intelligence. Okay, but when you are going to be predicting exact value in future, okay, after 10 years, maybe this company net worth is, it's a 5,000 crores. Okay, that prediction, that predicted value, okay, that kind of predictions we can do with help of machine learning and deep learning, or deep learning only. Is it clear my point? Data scientist is not only giving the recommendations, he is giving exact figures. Okay, approximately 99 point, or at least 90 to 95% of the accurate values we are going to be giving as a predictions. That exactly the data scientist is doing. Is it clear my point?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, Rajesh, look,
Yeah. Yeah. I said
Akhilesh,
yep.
are you following? Akhilesh, are you following my
Yes.
point? So, so that kind of predictions. So prediction is not only giving, it can be it can be increase or decrease. So you're giving some kind of exact values. We are going to be giving some kind of forecasting values, right? So that exactly the data scientist is doing. If you want to become like a data scientist, the basic thing, the basic, okay, the basic thing we required, which is the statistics. So Rajesh and Akhilesh, do you have a knowledge of statistics and probability?
Yeah, but not at an master's level. Like
Okay,
we
no
did
Yeah.
problem.
do.
But you know little bit of statistics and probability, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
the algorithms. Yes.
Like so hypothesis testing, jet test, or p test, or f test, f. So do you know those things, or like mean, median, mode, or else a normal distribution, or a central limit theorem? So what you know about from the statistics? What extent do you have it? So have you used anywhere till now, or else in your master's level you did some kind of learning? So, can you please tell me that experience?
All the knowledge that I have was from my schooling or probably some maybe
Okay.
intermediate, and
Okay.
that is at a medium level. The F
Okay.
theorem, the Bayesian, or
Yeah.
whatever those are, yeah,
Yes.
back from schooling days. Yeah.
Yes, theorem, and so probability, conditional theorems, and probabilities. Okay, and normal distributions. Okay, and central limit theorem. This all comes to the statistics and probability only. So the data scientist is must be know data scientist must be know statistics and probability. Okay, statistics and probability. So if you don't have a knowledge on statistics and probability, even if you learn the machine learning and deep learning or NLP, even you learn somewhat Python, there is no use for us to become like a data scientist actually. Okay, so my first thing is that I would like to tell you, you should become like a master level of statistics and probability. Okay, next one is, so SQL data. Okay, so data, it was in a different sources, right? Sometimes it was in a some database, sometimes it was in JSON format, sometimes it was in Excel format. So data, it was in a different formations, and usually, so most of the time, the data, it was safe in a SQL, right? A database, right? So if you want to access that particular data, if you want to do some kind of updations on that particular data, then make sure that you should have a knowledge on SQL. And third one is very very important, which is the Python. Okay, or else or language. But day to day, it was so instead of using the R programming language, most of the companies are using the Python only. Okay, so initial days, R was comes to build somewhat, okay, data science models only, but it was replacing by the Python. Even they are using, a lot of companies are using the SPSS tool. So this is tool, these are the programming languages. Okay, so there you are going to be building the code yourself. You have to go for building the code yourself, based upon the problem solving, based upon the problem statement. You have to be build your code with help of either Python and R language. But when it comes to the SPSS, it's just a tool. You can drag and drop the data, and what are the tests you are going to be applying, you just click on it, and automatically you will be getting output actually. But thing is that Python and R, it's a programming languages. Instead of using the SPSS, most of the companies again Python only using actually. Okay, so when you compare with the Python and R SPSS, Python will be most used programming language and most used tool for statistics and probability in a data science field. Okay, is it clear
Uh,
my point?
Yes. Could you give me a couple of examples for SPSS? Like is Alteryx one of those, or Geospatial, whatever those things are?
Just it's a tool, So for example, you can build little bit of linear regression, logistic regression. Okay, so different kind of machine learning models. You can directly give the data. Actually, the data it was in a pure format. I mean, the data it was in a structured format. Okay, when the data is what is in structured format, then you can able to go for do some kind of analytics with help of the linear regression or logistic regression. There it will be creating some kind of models, and it was giving some kind of statistical values actually. So when you have a knowledge on statistics and probability, then only the result of that particular SPSS you will understood. Is it clear?
Okay. Okay. Okay.
So if you don't have the statistical and probability knowledge, even you can do somewhat. It's a hands-on, right? It is just a tool, right? You can just drag and drop and clicking, right? And there we are getting some results, but you never understood what exactly that particular result if you don't know the statistics and probability. Okay, clear, right? Yep.
Yep.
So the SPSS and R and Python, but I recommending that a Python programming language only instead of using the Python and R. Sorry, Python. Sorry, R and SPSS. We would like to go for use the Python. So when we have a knowledge statistics and probability SQL Python, then what exactly we will go for do actually? So you are do some kind of feature engineering. Okay, so this is latest name, but 10 years back, okay, so the people they can call like it's a data mining, okay, or else EDA, exploratory data analysis. So exploratory data analysis in the sense whatever the data you have it, that data you're going to be do you're doing, we are applying some kind of graphical things, and you are going to be understanding, you're going to be analyzing with some particular graphs actually. Okay, so or a pictorial format. So when you are representing the data in a pictorial format, so that you can easily understood. For that one, few years back, till they are using the some other tools like Power BI and Tableau. There you are do somewhat visualization things. So this is visualization languages or tools. These tools will help you to visualize the data so that you can easily understood, we can easily go through the inside of that particular data, and you can understood what exactly what is the characteristics and what decision you're going to be taking, and even the CEOs and everyone, they can easily understood what is happening inside of the data. Okay, so for that one, Tableau and Power BI we are using, but for the same thing we can do with help of the Python also. Okay, whatever the things we are doing in Power BI and Tableau, the same thing we can do it with help of the Python programming language. So after you understood the feature engineering and Power BI or else Tableau, then we can start to understand the machine learning. And within the machine learning, we have to go for understanding the different kind of machine learning algorithms, like regression based algorithms and classification algorithms and clustering algorithms. Okay, and yeah, regression, classification, clustering, machine learning algorithms you would like to go for understanding with a hands-on. Okay, and then after deep learning, it's a neural network. So here we are getting the data and we are getting the models with lot of trainings actually. So by the time which is not giving much accuracy, which is not giving much accurate values. Okay, just some 80 to 90% of the accurate results only we are getting when you are doing machine learning algorithms. Whatever the things we are doing in machine learning, same things we can do with help of the deep learning. So here we are going to be building some models. Okay, that models will help you to predict the future things. Okay, but the same thing, same this problem here, so we are doing only 80 to 90% only, but we are overcome that problem with help of the deep learning. So here the deep learning, which is working same like human brain, I mean how the human brain is working, in the same way the software, the technology will be work. Okay, so here the deep learning will do the same things what we can do with help of the machine learning. So here the accuracy and the resultant will be, it's a 95 to 98% of the accuracy in a real world. You will get the 95 to 98, 95 to 98% of accurate real-time values and real-time results you will be getting. You will get here. Okay, so that is about deep learning. And next one is NLP. So some situations we have to work with the text data. Sometimes we have to work with the voice data. Sometimes we have to work with chat, okay, chatbot and that kind of things. So text or voice, some signals. That particular situation, NLP will be playing a good role for us actually. Okay, in a data science and cloud. So usually I'm going to be using AWS. At least if we have a knowledge on AWS or Azure, it's fair enough. So this is a skill set is required to become like a data scientist. Is it clear? But one thing I can tell you, you don't need to have the 100% of the Python programming language. You don't need it. Just 50% is enough. Okay, if you know that particular programming language, that's enough to become like a data scientist. You don't need 100% of the Python programming language. But if you want it, we will go for understanding the Python with 100%, not with like 50%. Actually, we'll try to go for understand the Python from scratch level to and expert level. Okay, the basic level to fresher level to expert level of Python programming language knowledge will be go for understood in this particular data science course. Any questions here?
No. Good.
No, right? Okay, so my things, I would like to start from the Python. I would like to start from the Python programming language. So Pavani, you don't worry, even your biological background, okay, biology background, you don't worry. Python is a programming language. You can easily understood actually. Okay. So how much easy which is, I just simply tell you, for example, if the guy is having the 10 years old, okay, and he is the fifth standard student, for example, okay, fifth standard student. So even the fifth standard student also can easily grasp the Python knowledge. So that much of easy which is okay. Don't think yourself I am the non-technical background, so which is very tough to understand the Python programming language. So Python is a very simplest programming language in the world. Okay, and one more thing, it was top one programming language in the world when you compare with other programming languages. When you compare with other programming language, which is top one. Okay, so rest of all programs are programming languages are in a next level only. So the top programming language, which is Python programming language, I'm not telling this one actually. So every time when you are doing one particular project, when you are implemented on particular project, so our software, so we have to go for check that particular software, right? So that is Python. So top programming languages 2022, TIOBE is a company. They always do a lot of okay survey, and so based upon so whether that particular software is best or not. Okay, so this is the website or this is the company. What they will do actually, they are always doing a lot of research or surveys, and based upon this particular company survey, okay, this is official company software quality man. So you can see that even the tagline of this particular company is what? The software quality company, TIOBE. When start build a new software system, the definition of TIOBE is the index can be found here. So right in 2022 September, okay, it was in a first position. In 2021, which is second position, C language is the first position. Now the C language usage was reduced, and the Python language rating was increased to 15.74, and the change it was plus 4.07. It was changing also, it's a very high when you compare with other programming languages. The way and the important programming languages from when you compare with other programming languages, Python, the reason is that it's the toppest programming language. Okay, the best programming language in the world. Is it clear?
Yep.
Okay, next was which was easy and top programming language. Next thing is that which is the following the all programming language features. So you know C programming language, right? C features are included into Python programming language. What are the features we have in C? Same feature will be added to Python programming language. So you know the C++. C++ is also one programming language. that particular programming language features also will be included to Python programming language. Okay. And next one is Java programming language. Even Java programming language features also will be included to Python programming language. And you know, lot of other programming languages, Perl, MATLAB, okay, and R language, and Scala, Spark, okay, and this all programming language, not only these things, many more programming language features are included to a Python programming language. That was the reason the Python is a toppest programming language when you compare with other programming languages. Okay, clear? And one more thing, which is the open source. What it is? Open source. What is mean that open source, Rajesh?
It's developed by a bunch of open source contributors. It's open and available to everyone for use. It might be actively or not actively depending. It's mostly like Apache based projects. They can just download and install the packages and then use it, like Spark, like Hadoop, or like ASF is one of those which maintains those open source projects.
See, open source means, for example, if we have one particular software which is built by the any one of the programming language, right? So which we have some code, right? This particular code we are calling it's a source code. Okay, so this is the source code. Usually, for example, IBM. So for example, IBM is built one particular software. Okay, so for that one they are using the Java programming language. So when they're using the Java programming language to build this particular software, the code of this particular software can be confidential. So no one cannot be accessible this particular code. Okay, is it clear my point? But when it comes to the Python programming language, so Python programming language itself, it's a one software, because of it can be do somewhat applications, right? Python programming language itself, it's a software, and which is also having some source code. This is the source code which is available freely on internet. Okay, which is freely available on internet, and we can download that particular source code and we can modify as per your requirement. You can modify, or else you can add the new features. You can add new features. We can add the new features to the Python programming language. Is it clear my point? For example, at the beginning days, Python is older than the Java. I'm just comparing actually. Okay, so but Python is now top. But for example, it was in a 1994 something else. Let me consider this is 1996. Let me consider just the dates. Ladies, I'm bad in dates. Okay, just remember. But when you compare with Java and Python, Python is older than the Java. Okay, but in 2000 in 1996 the Python will be very less features, will have very less features, and it have some very less features. Okay, but when Java is built in the 1996, that was the top programming language. Okay, now the reason is that Java is having the lot of features they added in one shot, but in very beginning days the Python is having very less number of features. In a year by year, the people are always adding the new features. Now in 2022, okay, it was in top position, now it was in a least position. Okay, is it clear? So very starting position, Java will have lot many features. That was the reason everyone using the Java in a 20 years, from the last 20 to 20 years onwards. Okay, but now that time Python will be very no one will be using it, because of which is having very less number of features, but which is the freely available, the source code is freely available, right? So everyone is adding some new features in a year by year now, which is having a lot of features when you compare with the Java programming language. That was the reason Python is the toppest programming language in the world. Is it clear? It's slowly it's a slowly importance was increased. Okay, but here what happened? Initially Python is very high demand, sorry, Java is very high demand. In a year by year it was reduced. Is it clear my point? This is the small difference between the Java and Python.
And also, isn't Java owned by Oracle?
Up, I'm not sure. Okay, so I'm not doing that kind of research. Okay,
Okay, okay.
I'm just comparing. Okay, Python and Java both are very good programming languages, but Java will have a lot of demand in a few years back. That time Python is doesn't have that much of demand. The only reason is that which is started with very less number of features, but Java is started with a huge number of features. Okay, and every year Python is adding some new features, but in Java if you want to add, it was the code size was too much increased, and the programming language speed also reduced. But when it comes to the Python, which is having the adopted lot many programming language features, and when you compare with C and Python or Java, C will be the speeder programming language. Okay, C will be very high speed when compared with Python and Java. So the Python which is acquiring the features of the C programming language, that means what? Indirectly we are increasing the speed of the Python programming language. Not directly, indirectly we are increasing the speed of the Python programming language. Okay, is it clear? Yep. So now let's go for understanding the what kind of applications we can build when you know the Python programming language. So if you know the Python programming language, so you can able to go for build the ML machine learning algorithms, deep learning models, artificial intelligence. We are using in artificial intelligence applications. We can build different kind of gaming applications, and we can build web applications. We can build mobile applications. We can use in testing, automation testing. We can able to go for do database automation, or we can able to connect with the database and we can do somewhat operations on the database. Okay, and cloud in cloud automation. Okay, and we can use in robotics. So like this, if you are talking about the way and where we are going to be using the Python programming language, there is no limitation. The reason is that it's a general purpose programming language. What it is? What is mean that general doctor? Tell me anyone. What is mean that general doctor? I think Pavani. Tell me what is mean that general doctor?
You basically can help anyone if you're a general doctor with most
General
problems.
doctor is the primary doctor, right?
Yeah, like a
Okay.
primary physician.
Yeah. So if you're getting any kind of problem, okay, initially you're going and interacting with the general doctor only. So he will look your entire information. Based upon that one, he is suggesting that which is the problem for you, and so which is the specialist you are going to be meet. Okay, that kind of information will be taken care by the general doctors only, right? In the same way, that means general doctor means the doctor, he is available to work with or to service for any patient. Okay, in the same way, the Python also, it's general purpose programming language. Okay, it will go for do any kind of applications. Okay, see, I want to tell you one thing. Everyone using the YouTube, right? Have you heard about YouTube? I mean, which is the programming language is used to build the YouTube application? YouTube, it's a one application, right? It's a video streaming application, right? So every day lot of videos are uploaded by the many people in the world, right? But why the YouTube, okay, speed was not reducing? Okay, why it is not slow? Because of the programming language we are going to be using a Python. Okay, even Google itself, they are so lot many features are using Python only. And Facebook, right? Initially the Facebook which is built with PHP. Okay, so now they are changing the Python, they are migrating into the Python. Actually the Facebook which is try to be, in Facebook also there are lot of recommendations, right? For example, you want to buy a car, second or whatever it is, you want to buy a car, right? So when you search Facebook, I want second hand cars in a Facebook, So every day you are going to be getting a lot of notifications, right, based upon your search history, right? Okay, in Amazon also, okay, because of some of the features they are using the Python for do somewhat machine learning models. So Python is very much suitable for the machine learning models actually. Okay, so I hope you understood my point. The only one programming language which was using in a different kind of applications like gaming applications and web applications, mobile applications. So there is no way to stop the programming Python programming language instead of using only specific application. Okay, I hope you clear my point. Any more questions?
No.
No questions.
Okay, so guys, if you want to work with Python programming language, you should have some software, right? Python software or Python IDE, any one of the IDE. IDE means what? Integrated Development Environment, right? So you should have a software, and with this particular software only you should go for write the code. And the software is it's a Python IDE. Okay, and the code we should use the Python code. We can write the Python code on the Python IDE. Okay, so here the Python IDEs are available in the market. In a different IDEs are there. Some people they are using the PyCharm. Okay, some people they are using the Visual Studio. Okay, some people they are using the Anaconda, and some people they are using the standard Python. Okay, and so lot of third-party applications are there to work with Python programming language. But you know what, even we have the cloud, even Google also giving the okay cloud support. I mean research.google.com. This will help you. So Google also giving the cloud, you can work with on cloud computing. I mean Google Cloud as well directly. Okay, if you have the Gmail account, then we can work with Python programming language. Okay, even AWS also providing like SageMaker and something else. Different other companies or different other third-party applications in a cloud, online, offline. I mean even which is available in online and offline. Okay, so the entire course I'm going to be using the Python IDE. The IDE is it's Anaconda. So this Anaconda, so which is a packed lot of sub applications. So it's a main application. So Anaconda it's a main application or main software. Inside of this one there are some lot of sub applications are there. This all sub applications are will help you to work with Python only. Okay, even Anaconda itself it's a big application. So inside of that particular application, so we have a lot of other sub applications are there. So this all sub applications will help you to work with Python programming language. So from this one I'm going to be using every time Jupyter Notebook. So why I'm always using the Jupyter Notebook? It's the interactive mode. It's interactive mode, so we can directly open the Jupyter Notebook from the Anaconda and we can write the code and we'll be getting output here itself. And again we'll be getting the code option. I mean you can get some box and there you should write some code and we can execute and we'll be getting output there itself. So this is the way you can write some sort of code and we can try to check the output there itself. So that's a we are calling it the interactive mode. So guys, I would like to go for use this entire course. I'm using the Anaconda software to work with Python, a programming language. Okay, so make sure that you should go for downloading the Anaconda in your local machines. And now we'll see how we can download and how we can install. And you are very familiar the installation of different softwares. And so if you are facing any issue, I will let you know. But so we have website, and the website is it's anaconda.com. Okay, so we can have anaconda.com. So you just go through this particular website, and here we have a products, and click on the Anaconda distributors, and there you have an option right side of the top corner. Anaconda distributors are there. I'm using the MacBook, so that it is showing me download for Mac. If you're using the Windows, directly we will be getting the Windows only. So you just click on the this particular button and it is started download, and just double click on it, go for the next, automatically Anaconda can be installed. Is it clear? So this is the way you can downloading the Anaconda software in your local machine, and you can install it. So I want to tell you one thing, actually every class it should be recorded. The recordings I'm uploading into the Canvas LMS, so Canvas learning management system, and I would like to upload into this particular playlist wise. Okay, this is playlist 1, playlist 2, playlist 3. So different batches I'm dealing, so every batch having the separate playlist actually. For example, if it is a data science playlist, so maybe it's a next name we have it. So if we click on this particular playlist, so you will be getting the recordings here itself, and corresponding documents also I can upload here itself. Okay, and if we click on any one of it, so the video will be play here itself. Is it clear? You can get the recording here itself, and the meanwhile, if you want it, if you want the document, you just click on here. You can click on any one of the document, and we can download, and we can open that one. So this is the way every class recording also I can upload, and the corresponding document also I can upload here itself. Is there any question?
Will you give us a link for the Canvas?
Of course. So how I'm giving, I'm adding the who are enrolled for this particular batch. Those people I can add into something like this, and so with your mail IDs, okay. So you
Okay.
can able to access it actually. Okay, I'm giving the link for you, and I would like to give you the credentials. So with help of that specific credential, we can log in through anywhere from the web. Okay, even which is having the mobile application. And I think so if you want to listen some classes in the mobile, so you can download that particular app and we can log in actually. Okay, is
Okay.
it clear my point?
Yes.
So this is the way I would like to follow the every class recording and the corresponding documents as well. And so you will if and only if you're enrolled, then only you will able to access that particular recordings. So I hope you clear my point, and if you have any kind of doubts, please let me know. I will try to answer your questions. So we will start from the Python programming language from tomorrow onwards. But before that one, you have to be install the Anaconda in your local machine. Okay.
Just a quick question on that part. So I do have a Mac as well, but this is my office machine. Will it be okay if I use PyCharm? I
Yeah.
will create a separate environment for this and then
Yeah. No
go
problem.
from there.
No problem. If you are comfortable, then you can use it. This time. So just it's just comfortness. Okay.
Yeah. So the same thing, like we can spin up, we just need to install packages like Jupyter. In that case, we just need to get it from there, because if I do it on my local terminal, I think my base version would be affected. So I'm for yeah, I'll figure it out. Thank you.
Yeah. So that's just a software. You can use any one of it. So I'm just recommending that Anaconda, and anything is fine. But most of the data scientists are using the Anaconda or else Jupyter only. Okay, or at least Visual Studio. PyCharm will be most of the testing guys or web developers are using. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, at my work, I do use Conda environments. I deploy them, but the problem here is like since I don't want this to conflict with my work setup, so but I'm going to use
No
my work
problem.
machine
No
itself.
problem.
So
No problem. You can use it whichever the thing you are comfortable. Okay. Everything
so
is fine. Everything is fine.
3.8 is fine.
Sorry.
3.8 is fine, Conda version
Yes,
or Python.
Python 3. Python 3 only. Okay.
Okay, cool.
Python 3. So we are not using the Python 2. We are using only Python 3. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Bye guys. Take care. See you. We'll catch up by tomorrow class.
See ya.
I have one question.
Sure, Pavani, tell me.
Do you have like a syllabus of what we're gonna learn?
Okay, so you will get from your training desk people. Okay, I will share them.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
And,
Bye. Take care. Yeah. Akhilesh,
Arjun,
tell me.
just
Yeah.
so like while learning the Python, is it gonna be by example? Like in general, I just want to know like what your teaching style is
Of
gonna be.
course. I would like to. So I was starting with Python programming language, and almost each and every topic I can complete it. If I complete each and every topic, then I can give you some examples as well, practicing purpose. And it was a live interactive session. I can go through that no practical only. So no, I'm giving some assignments as well. So not only live practice sessions. So you are going to do some what assignments if you are interested. Okay.
That sounds great. Thanks, Sanjay.
Yeah. Yes. I hope everyone is clear. And if you have any questions, I'm giving some sort of time, and we can close the session.
Okay,
Have a good one.
thanks.
Thanks. Bye. See ya.